Well, it's the last day of the season, and what a season it's been. We've got Hull away. We're on 104 points. If we win, not only are we going up, we're going up as champions and record breakers. Welcome back, everybody. This is In the Dugout FM. I, of course, am a Millers, and we are on that journey from Sunday League to Champions League, and this is the last game of the season as we embark on our journey to the Premier League. Today we're going to take on Hull, as you all know. We're on 104 points, as you can see. So 104 points for us essentially equates to 2 points off the record, right? So we either win and break the record, anything else, we don't do it, and Reading can still have that record. But we have played phenomenally well all season, and to be in this position is unreal, to be perfectly honest. So, and whilst we're on this screen, look at how hard Mario's worked to drag us here, right? 36 goals, 7.7 average rating, 10 man of the matches, and he's been backed up by 3 players in the top 3 of assist giving, 16, 15 and 14 from Andy, Gio and Ryan respectively. An absolutely phenomenal performance. Phenomenal performance. So let's quickly look at what we did whilst you were away. So you saw the Oxford game. We then played Ipswich away and got beat. And actually, I think they were still a little bit tainted from the night before. They'd been on the ale, I think, because we were well and truly beat. We scored early doors, but then Ipswich just dominated from there. However, I'm glad to say we took on Julio Arca's team of West Brom, who were currently, or I think they were third at the time, and we gave them an absolute battering. An absolute battering in front of the home faithful to win 5-1. We got a nice lap of honour at the end, which was lovely. And now we go into our last game of the season. We'll do this, and then what I'll do is I'll go through the end of season stuff with you, as always, really, just to give you an update in terms of what I think, and also what the board think for next season. Nothing's really going to change in terms of our starting 11. Jay is semi-fit, but I'm going to play Callum, I think, to be fair. I might, well, let's put Jay on the bench. Let's put Jay on the bench. And that way he can come on and he can potentially just say to because I think this could potentially be his last game in Sky Blue, certainly in the league, because we are doing phenomenally well. And I can't see anything other than him leaving because we need some solid centre fullbacks. Those 3 there, that's what I need to replace, I think. You'll notice that the 2 centre-halves that are in there are not our starting centre-halves. Both of them are absolutely knackered. And therefore, you know, we've given RS and Ngui a couple of games. And we'll continue to do that. Tommy got a hat-trick in his last game. Don't know where that's come from because he's been pretty much on the drought for quite a while. So that's nice to see him get through against West Brom. Mario got 2. Let's see what they can do against Hull. Yeah, he might be lacking sharpness, but actually the only way to get sharpness is to play, so that's fine. Right, Steve Cooper's Hull. Let's see. Pick up where you left off from before. Nothing really. I mean, look, the record's just a nice to have, isn't it? It's not even a must-win for us. This is it's a nice to have. Let's see if we can beat Hull. Hull, I don't even know where Hull are in the league, to be perfectly honest with you. So that's interesting, isn't it? No, we don't want to see the notable events. We'll see if we can have a look at the table shortly. I think they're around about 9th, 10th. They're not doing badly. Talaviti, Mara, he's gone from distance. Josep manages to get up and turn that around the post, though. Mouse is all over the place. Don't like doing that. Hodgie has boxed. It's gone deep, looking for Andy Irving, but actually he's nodded that over. He's not prolific in the area. Let's see if we can get a league table. There you go, 8th. If they win, they can still do playoffs. So this is a massive game for Hull. Oh, hard lines, Juo. He loves that one cutting inside. He scored a few doing it. you've got to hope. I mean, Hull could knock out Chef Wednesday here. They're going to be going full guns for this, aren't they? Well done, OG. That wasn't nice. It wasn't the nicest tackle either, to be fair. Are they going to do anything? They're working it really well. Outside of the foot pass there, by the way. Clipped. Oh, that's a lovely set. What a goal that is by Hull. His first goal of the season. Okay. Well, there we go. Hull take the lead. Not massively concerned. For me, it's a nothing game. The records are nice to have, and it's one of them. Why are we watching the replay? Let's not watch the replay. We don't want to see us get that, do we? Look at them go mad. Look at them. What's our views on Klopp then? Klopp's deciding that end of the season he's done. He's too tired. I understand, to be fair. I bet it's all consuming. I wonder whether there's anything in the fact that the Barca job came up at the same time. I hope not. I hope he does what he says and goes and takes a year. He didn't do that when he left Dortmund, though, did he? The Liverpool job came up and he was like, it's too good to turn down. Is Barcelona too good to turn down? What? I don't know. I wouldn't like the Barca job at this moment in time in real life, to be fair. Xavi's, he dragged them to a title last season, and now they're massively under pressure, or he's massively under pressure, but they've got no money. Absolutely nothing to do with him, to be fair. There we go. Show me something else, boys, please. And then you look at Girona, absolutely storming life. I don't know why we clipped that ball into the channel. Mara, Irving, Mario, can you... Oh, he tried to pull it back for Tommy. That was unselfish. I don't mind that. Even this result for Hull isn't getting him in the playoffs. There must be a goal difference situation. Oh, no, there they go. Because Watford must have just conceded. 65. We'll make some changes. It doesn't look like anything's coming from our perspective, does it? Mario's booked. He's playing okay in inverted commas, but we're going to drag him. We're going to drag him. He can have a round of applause from the fans. Off you come. On you go, Jay. You can do a little bit for us. And I think that will probably be it. We might leave Gio out there for the time being. I know he's a bit tired, but we've got nothing coming up, have we? So he will have that quality on the wing. Andy looks like he's given everything. Well, good. I hope he has given everything. But we're not going to replace him with Frimpong, I'm afraid. Anything? Anything from anybody? Anybody want to contribute to anything? Nope. So we've got a corner for Hull. And they've netted again. Really disappointing. That Jones-Pugh, by the way, is quality. He was getting linked with Brentford for something like 30 million in the summer. He's not the one that scored, though, is he? Anderson, it says there. No, that was the corner taker. Who scored? Lagerbilk. That's a great name. Well, disappointing. Disappointing way to end the season. From an XG perspective, we matched them. We beat them on possession, but that doesn't count for anything when the scoreboard says 2-0. Despite the result, we didn't get what we want, create more chances. I'm disappointed. There you go. I'm disappointed because I am. Let's have a look at Jonesy, see what he's doing. Because if they don't go up, this kid, he's 22. Look at them physicals. Look at them mentals. He's a beast, an absolute beast. 50 million. I would like a little bit of that, but you can guarantee we're not going to have that kind of money to spend in the summer. Could he do a job at left back? He could as well. Look at that. Right, you need to calm down because that money's crazy. Right, I will come back to you for an end of season review. Speak shortly. Okay, everybody, welcome back, and here is the end of season review. We'll take you through all of this, and quite a bit has happened in that little gap between you seeing the Hull game and seeing this. Some great business done. I think you're dead right. I think our window was tremendous, not only for the players that we brought in, but also for the staff, because I think we did bits with our coaching. Really pleased with the team I've got around me. Right, Mario, absolutely nailed on. 49 appearances, 39 goals, 13 assists, average rating of 7.52, worth every bit of that 8 million. Zhuo was the boy that I'd seen at Plymouth the previous season. 17 assists from 45 games with 9 goals, superb. Raf, brilliant little pickup from me, and absolutely superb for what we had to pay for him. And he's technically very good and still only 24. The same for Seco, really. You know, great as an inside forward, can play up top too if I need him. Really pleased with that. Gorka was our cup goalie, happy to come in and be a backup. Did well, to be fair, when called upon, so not displeased with that. Ronnie was a great little pickup as well for free. Callum again worth every bit of the 8 million. And then it ticks down a little bit from there, really, in terms of the better signings from what we did. But yeah, really pleased with the activity we did in the summer. Interestingly, you know, the fans like this kid. I like him. He's gonna be a player. Whether he's good enough to be a player in the Premier League now, I'm not entirely sure. We'd have to pay quite a bit of money for him, I imagine. No, not too bad. Not too bad. We'll think about that one in the summer because he has done well. But yeah, we've got activity to do in the summer for sure. Jubilant success, absolutely right. I mean, it wasn't a case of our form coming good at the right time though. We were top of the shot for quite a long time, and the board are delighted with what we've done, and we'll go into that a little bit more in a moment. Biggest win, 8-1 at Stoke. What a win that was. Match to remember. Mario got a trick. Was that why we remember it? Not entirely sure. Goal of the season was Zhuo. Let's have a look then. Let's have a little goosey at Zhuo's goal. It's the second one we score, right? So it isn't this one. Although, oh no, deflection. I was going to say, although that one from there could have been up for one, to be fair, but no. Assignon, whacked in the side netting. You can't. Here we go. This is the goal, though, isn't it? Conway plays it out to Zhuo, steps inside, and an absolute thunderbolt in the top corner. The only thing he was missing was the knee slide. How do we get out of here? We don't want to watch them all, do we? That's a beast of a goal and deserved goal of the season for sure. Let's have a look at this. Sponsorship up, good, not hugely, but it was up. Interestingly, broadcast revenues dropped, even with the cup run that we went on. So I don't know what they did the season before. Maybe did they get the playoffs? Maybe that would explain that. Corporates are up. Competition prize money more than doubled. Superb. Matchday commercials go up. And then the shirts sold. No surprise that Mario takes the lead. Andy with a firm number 2. Conway, Mara, and Talaviti. Delighted with that. Non-domestic shirt sales, $2,000. That's not great, is it? But 1.2 million in merchandise. Superb. Yes, that's the right formation. And I would probably say that's our best 11. I'd swap them two. This boy was superb, and I was sad to see him go. He has played in the Premier League. He's had 9 starts, but he's not exactly torn it up. Interesting. Again, only 22. Loads of potential. Don't really know why we've not got a potential report there. Wonder how Sheffield United did. They went down. Okay. 4 Championship Manager of the Month. That's fine. Good. Fans Player of the Season, Mario. Young Player of the Season, Mario. Signing of the Season, Mario. Goal of the Season, Zhuo. Top goal scorer, Mario. Most assists, Zhuo. Most Player of the Matches. Highest average rating. Most passes completed as a left back. Interesting. Most overall goals by a player in the season, Mario. Yeah. Okay. Good. The spell of football in the middle of the season was a make in the Coventry. It really set us up for success. I suppose it did, but we stayed top of the shot for quite some time. Let me take you through some of the stuff that's happened since you've been gone. Kelly Clarkson? Not entirely sure. You can correct me in the comments. Right, okay. Transfers. as you know, I take in a few lads that get released, so a few of the kids that are released from Premier League teams at the end of the season. I've let them all go, bar this kid, Jamie Lennon. He's definitely not for today, but he looks really strong, and I think for the future he's going to be a tremendous centre-half. Very much akin to Mark Crossan. Really brave, solid in the tackle, bit short for my liking, but reasonable jumping reach, reasonable heading. And he's not done growing, so he's going to do really well in our 21s, who, by the way, won Division 3 as well, so they've had a really good season. From a personal perspective, the board have offered me a new contract, and we've signed that, as you would expect. Our money has gone up significantly, so my contract now, 33 grand a week is what we're getting paid now, and we're contracted to 2034. Really pleased with that. I think it's probably about time I move down here and stop staying in a Premier Inn, which we will do over the summer. I'm loving it here. I know a couple of times where we've gone up, we've been offered bigger jobs and we've taken it. I would love to see these lads play in the Premier League, and I'd love the chance to lead them out to do that. From some of the stuff we've played, I think the squad that we have right now could actually compete. Maybe not, pull up trees, but it could compete. And that's kind of what I've said to them in the team meeting before I sent them away. You boys will get the chance to play, and in the main, they will. Excuse me. My views in terms of who we want to replace, or where we want to strengthen, I should say. And in order to do that, the board have given me 38 million with a wage budget of 1.3. So that's more than double what we're spending on wages, which is great because we're going to need that. That's probably a bit low. It's probably a bit low, but we are where we are. We have passed FFP. And I don't think next year is going to be a problem. We passed FFP. We only had a debt of 8 million, which the chairman has invested back into the club. So we've fully passed FFP. From a squad perspective, if we just clear the selections and all of that stuff, clear all of that jazz. The lads are off on holiday. All I want to point out in here really is that we've signed a new contract for Mark. He wanted a new deal at the end of the season. And now he's on 21 grand a week, and it's got a nice chunky minimum release clause in there as well of 30 million. So he's going nowhere for us now, and actually he's committed to the club for another 4 years, which is fantastic, isn't it? I think it's even longer than that. But he is one of our key centre halves, and I'm delighted to have him on board. From a who we're going to replace perspective now, a lot of these boys are going to be sticking around. No problems at all with the vast majority of this squad. Will I let a couple of them go? I mean, Jay should be in the 21s, to be fair. I called him up. Same for Alex. He'll be back in the 21s. Jay De Silva, for me, has reached his level. I'm not going to force him out, but I'm going to replace him. We need a new fullback. Charlie Gordon probably isn't good enough to play at this level, so I may well let him go. And if Ipswich want to pay the money for him, no problem. Rui's on loan, he'll go. Cosmin, there's potential there, but it's only potential if you're playing, and I think we might have to see him go out on loan to develop that, so he probably won't play in the Premier League. But that from there up, I'm going to retain these boys. We just need to strengthen. Let's do it in the tactics screen rather than the squad planner. If we quick pick without restriction here, our best 11, right? I would swap those. I want to replace De Silva. We need a fullback. Leone was only on loan, and he doesn't really stack up to some of the rest of the squad. I disagree with this. He won't be playing there. It will be Mara. So I don't know why they stuck him in there. I don't think he's in our best 11 for sure. And that will probably be Conway. I want to replace our fullbacks and our goalie. That's where I want to spend our 38 million. And if I have to bring or send a couple of lads out to generate some money to do that, I will. But I've got no real desire to sell anybody in this squad. because I don't, the lads have been fantastic and there's no real need to do it. From a budget perspective, we're fine. From a wages perspective, we're fine. I might get a few more conversations coming my way about asking for new deals. I would understand that. There's a few that I would say no problem to, but there's some that would probably trigger other conversations. Who's running out of a deal? No one other than the boy that should be in the 21s anyway. I won't. Well, I might renew it, but I will certainly drop him down a level. But everybody else is contracted. There's no real issues there. These boys, Callum might get a new deal, but I don't think he'd be happy because I don't think he's going to end up being my first choice for next season. So there's a lot to do in the summer, but I'm absolutely excited by it. Absolutely excited by it. Let's see what we can do in the window. I will come back to you next episode at the end of the window to show you exactly what we've done and the team with which we will be walking in to the Premier League with. One last caveat, right? This whole strategy, this whole game, the way that I play it, right, is all geared to having one shot at the Champions League. And I think I mentioned it in the last video. We need to make sure that the vehicle we have in that Champions League is capable of going to win the Champions League in one season. Now, you would argue that if we can get Coventry to be playing at a level where they're qualifying for the Champions League, then they've got more than enough ability to do it. But are they going to do it? I don't know. It all gets a bit tactical from here on in. But what a journey. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And I will catch you all in the next one when we've got a slightly new look squad. Take care.